One of the ways in which the internet works is that you have articles that are written, news articles, or even a study that is written, and it's posted on the internet, but it's posted in, like a university or something like that. And then you'll have people like me create a blog post on my blog, which is the Shakaama Live show, or Shakaama Live, and point to that article. Well, invariably in my research about this topic, I tried to go to the article and and I couldn't get in. And a lot of the stuff that I do when I go to do the research that I've already seen before, that I've already gotten in, I already saw it, but for whatever reason I didn't copy it down or whatever, copy paste or favorite it or do a printout or something. I'm forbidden from getting in. It's either taken down or they've requested it be taken down or they're hiding it behind a wall, behind a wall, behind a wall. Here's the topic. The topic is about the women's attitudes towards men insofar as children. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because this big, huge debate is going on that I'm a part of, that I'm not responding to. People are being racist because I said something, and then somebody's defending me by calling the other person a racist. It's pretty funny. But people on my side are joking. The people on my side, meaning people, not black people, just people. So, I made the statement that women, have a much higher instance of pedophilia than men. Let me repeat that. Because women, through circumstances, have positioned themselves to have unfettered access to children, be it their own children as a single mother, children in daycare, children in school and teaching, women have more access to children, and ergo vis-a-vis, because it's like 10 to 1, the instance of pedophilia for all the children who get abused either sexually, physically, or mentally. It happens from women more often than men, far more often, to the tune of maybe twice as much. They came out with a report that said, after taking a look at the other instances, that's teaching, the daycare, single moms, they found that the number that they had reported before that said that men were more pedophiles than women was completely wrong. And this is the document I was trying to cite for my argument here. But then in researching that, the lady said she would not hire a man for daycare, period. Because one of my people asked, would you hire a gay man for daycare? And she said she wouldn't hire a man at all. Now, which is ironic because she's arguing for gay people in this baking cake issue. And of course he said, well, that's prejudice on its face right there. Well, in doing the research, looking for this document, for the citation, that attitude is all over. Women do not get anywhere near the TV coverage. They don't get anywhere near the punishment, meaning they don't get sentenced to jail time. They don't get accused. They don't get arrested. They don't blah, 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 blah. And there is an actual attitude from male prosecutors, male police chiefs, male DAs, that the male child in question was lucky to have a woman come on to him. Male children are not seen as children in the eyes of our justice system, the entire system. We're talking from the judge on down to the arresting police officer, or even the guidance counselor, or whoever is in charge of reporting that. And my roommate reported that there was a case where a worker with retarded children had sex, full-on sex, with over half of the children she was with and was never prosecuted. And yet and still they're saying mothers have said they would be afraid to leave their child at a daycare with a man. They're afraid of male nurses in a pediatric ward. They're afraid of men. They're afraid of men. They're afraid of men. Yet this report is saying, oh, wait, you're afraid of the wrong gender altogether. It's women who are doing the abusing, both mentally, physically, and sexually. Pedophilia is a woman thing, not a man thing. This is how far gone this entire feminist thing, and this is a feminist thing. Why do I say it's a feminist thing? Because the people who are doing the lobbying for all of the feminist stuff also includes controlling the data. That means that when they go to lobby, they get data removed. Data is not reported. Now, you as women listening to this should be incensed. That means angry. You should be so angry. You should be stop hopping, steaming mad, especially if you have a child yourself. That means if there is pedophilia going on at your daycare, it goes unreported. Now, how horrible is that? That means you can't even go look it up. There is no documentation. You literally have to take their word for it that the women at that daycare are not molesting your children. You have to take their word. And even somebody who owns the daycare might not even be on the site, might not even be on the property. So the person you're talking to is the owner, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. Unreported because she's a woman, and it would look bad for the women's quote unquote women's movement. I've said this before, there's female lobbyists who said that women shouldn't get jail time for murder. They are completely loony. Now, I don't know how to remedy this situation other than to have a watchdog group that listens to police radio, which I think is illegal in a lot of places. Or you would contact a watchdog group and say, has my daycare been involved in any pedophilia whatsoever? And there you have it. I was saying as a libertarian, we offer the freedom for people to discriminate. If they don't want to hire a man, they don't want to hire a man. That's fine. As a libertarian, we're cool. That's fine. Now, that means that in a libertarian world, we wouldn't have this feminist stuff. This whole feminist stuff, that wouldn't be there at all. So anything that did happen would be reported. So if you didn't hire a man, guess what? All of those reports about the women who were molesting the children in the daycare would be available for public as a public record, and you wouldn't have a business. And eventually people would say, oh, okay, maybe hire a man for daycare is the thing to do, because men are probably going to take care of a lot more in a daycare than what women are used to taking care of in a daycare, including making sure that the actual daycare physically is safe for the children. I mean, taking out a hammer and some nails and boarding up something or fixing something or arranging something, repairing something, versus charging the customers more and having men come in and do the repairs professionally, right? Outsourcing that is costly. So you as the client have to pay for that. Versus if you hired a male daycare person, they more than likely probably say, oh, let me fix that right quick, because that is what men do, right? Feminists seem to forget that part. I just had my roommate's father and brother come, and they painted the house and put up shelving and all sorts of stuff. And and his dad said, well, this is what men do, and the women do the cooking and the cleaning and stuff, and anything that needs to physically be done, that's what I do. And he didn't mean anything bad by it, and he didn't mean anything right, because at the end of the day, what's the real deal? The real deal is that the woman doesn't have to do real physical tough stuff. I mean, they're lifting paint buckets, going up ladders with paint buckets and scraping and scrubbing and all that sorts. I mean, physical stuff. I do my own carpet. I shampoo, vacuum, wax, do dishes. That's nowhere near taking care of the garden, painting the house, digging holes. Not even close. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Show.